But good evening. My name is Aaron, and I'm a rising junior at Lynbrook High School. Tonight, I'm here to introduce my project and talk a bit about my experience here at Bluestamp. So coming in, I knew that I wanted to do a software-focused main project. So for my starter project, I picked Simon Says, which uses coding in Arduino and some additional hardware to create a very basic game that uses buzzers, buttons, and lights. Moving on to the bulk of the program, I began working on my main project, in which I set out to create a classifier that would work in real time in order to extrapolate data by looking at faces from a series of frames in a video stream using machine learning and neural networks. So though that may sound intimidating, it really isn't that difficult. I wanted to use this project as a gateway experience that would introduce me to these foreign and seemingly intimidating fields. So here's a demonstration of how it might work. So there is a box that is drawn around my face, and there are words that are written above it. There is a convolutional neural network working behind the scenes, trying to guess my emotion, whether it's neutral, sad, angry, happy, or surprised. And it also correctly identified me, as you may see in this image, as an Asian male. Great. Okay, so moving on, let's talk a bit about how all of this works. I started off by using a hard cascade classifier from the OpenCV machine learning and computer vision library. And by doing so, I was able to draw a green box around my face. On another note, would anyone like to test it out with the audience? Would anyone like to test it?
Don't be shy. Come on up.
Hey, come on up.
Just like put this down. Okay. Okay, I have an Indian, well, it had male child for a moment, but 3 out of 4 isn't bad. Happy Indian female child. Thank you. Now, for the machine learning part of it, I use a convolutional neural network, which is basically a neural network with a convolutional layer. And this layer basically takes an input image and uses a filter that looks at different regions of the image to look for particular features that might be more important than other aspects of the image in identifying what an object is. And by doing so, after training it on some training data and the model tweaks its own parameters, it is able to find out for itself what features are more important than others and discards the unnecessary information, saving on computational requirements. So some of the challenges I had in reaching this point, I found that downloading the libraries and setting up the environment ended up being more convoluted than the actual coding itself. Mainly, this is because a lot of the libraries I wanted to use were out of date and were only compatible with past versions of Python. Now, in the future, I hope to take this newfound knowledge I've gained in machine learning and computer vision and eventually apply it to creating an app with a group of friends that might solve a task that might benefit students. Coming to Bluestamp, I initially felt very lost, very confused, and unconfident in my own abilities, but now in leaving, not only have I gained a lot of information in this very interesting field of machine learning, I also feel very empowered and confident in tackling any problem that may come my way. Thank you for your time. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
How much training data did you use?
How much training did I use? 40,000 images.
And how much unit test? How much for unit test? Did you unit test?
So I iterated over these 40,000 images. Well, these 40,000 images were split into 3 different data sets, maybe. There might have been more images. And for each data set, I probably iterated over it at least 10 to 16 times. So yeah, that's a lot of time. Takes a few hours to train.
So you talk a lot about training your models. Where did you find the data to actually train the models?
Yeah, so there are a lot of data sets available online. There's one website known as Kaggle, which hosts a lot of machine learning competitions, and they provide a lot of free data sets. Any other questions?
Will this detection also work if you wear glasses?
If you wear glasses, it works to a degree. It's less accurate though.
So for your final prototype, do you only use your R cascades classifier or only like your model, or do you use like a mixture of both?
I use a mixture of both. The hard cascade to detect it, and the rest to recognize it.
Thank you.